Welcome back, YouTube. My name is Josh, and in this video, we'll be going over observable object and one way to use it in Swift UI. So let's go ahead and begin. So as you can see here, I have a Swift show product view here, and then I have a product actually here that's just a struct with two properties in it, a name and then the price. So what I'm kind of going for is the name of a product, which like in construction could be door, and then the price of the door is $100. Now this is a very, very cheap door if you've looked at prices recently. So what I want to happen is I want this button here to change the product to a window for the name, and then the window's price to $30. Again, another very, very cheap product. Window prices are not that cheap right now. But anyways, that's what I want to happen. And right now, all this is working with this struct. So this state property right here is listening whenever this button is fired off. It goes here and it says, oh, well, let's notify this. This notifies it. This view is rebuilt. And then this state property is put back in with the updated value for that property and then set here. So these both get changed right here. So let's go ahead and see this in action. And great, it is working as expected. So this video going over observable object, why would we want to use that if this is working and everything is great? Well, there's two main reasons. The first reason is if you wanted your data model to be a class instead of a struct, you would want this to be an observable object. Or if you had properties in here that you wanted to bind this data to your actual view here or your UI, then you would want this to be observable object. So right now, let's just do class. Let's not do anything else. Let's go back in here. Let's build. Build succeeded. Now let's refresh. Canvas is refreshed. Now let's press change product and see what happens. Well, nothing happens. So this does not actually update because we switched this struct to a class. Now why? Well, why is because classes do not work like structs, and we need to add the observable object for this to work. So how you do that is you conform this class to observable object. Then we need to take our properties and actually give them a property wrapper called published. Goodness, if I can type. And then what these property wrappers are doing now is taking both of these variables here, or both of these properties here, excuse me, and it's just listening for any changes now. Without the publish, they're not able to listen and get new changes when these properties are changed in this view. Okay, but now, how is this view supposed to talk to this product? Well, that observable object allows that communication to happen. So you need this observable object for this object to be able to be observed. Made sense. Then you need these two properties to be given this at published, so they can now update as well. So they can listen for that UI change, or these properties to be changed, and then update that UI. So there's two of the three steps. The third step is now instead of state, as you can see if I hit play again, we're still not getting this. The third step is the actual make this a state object instead. And let me actually show you that. A property wrapper type that initiates an object, observable object. So the state object is not going to actually listen and do the job that the state does. You need it to be a state object for this. And now we are all set up. So the way this actually works is this button gets fired off, right? And then it goes over, takes these two values here, window and 30, and it goes back over to your class here. And it says, hey, UI is getting updated. So these guys change here. Then these guys say, okay, great. Now that view is rebuilt essentially, and those two data points right here are sent back to this guy here. Okay, so now this guy is holding them, and then they're just passed in right here and right here. So that's the two-way binding that's actually going on behind the scenes to update this. And now that you have done that, you go ahead and hit change product, and now we're seeing this work correctly. So that is one way, again, of using an observable object, and that is all I got for you today. If this video was beneficial, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see my upcoming content, ring that bell. And as always, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one.